Hi folks, so this is the 2013 road question. I've done some of it already, just the simple bit, okay? So A to B was level, we were told it was at 40. And what I did was, I weighted up there. I first of all went over here, okay? And we told our cuts are 1:1, and we're told that the fill is 1:1.5. And when you scale them up, of course, the cut intervals are going to be in a series of 5 mils, okay? And the fills are going to be in 7.5s, okay? So I just finished off that bit. We're told then in the question that B to C is falling, okay? And the gradient on the road is 1:10. Scale that up, 5:50. So for every 50 mil you come along the road, and we'll just mark it off there, it's going to drop 5 meters, okay? So B's at 40. This guy here then, of course, would be at 35 if it's falling. Now after that, you look, is it cut or fill? Now I can see the land is going to be way too high up here. So this is all going to be cut. So remember your rule, cut at the butt, fill at the hill. So we'll set our compass then to 5 millimeters. And at the butt, cut at the butt, so at the butt of the hill, we are going to draw a small semicircle here at the edge of the road, okay? And this is so that we'll be able to get the line splayed off correctly. So this is going to be cut here. And we just take a line out there to the edge of the road. We can set it up there. So that's going to be at 40, that one. And we're going to see there, you're going to need to go up as high as 60, okay? So we'll space them out there. So this is 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And there's no harm sometimes to write them down there just in case you pick up the wrong line. Now we might need to pretend this goes back this way a bit because we've got to find where the two will intersect, the two lines. So we'll start off anyways, we'll do this. So 45, there's the point. 50, 55, 60. There's 60 again. I need to extend on this line, this 55 line. It's coming down there. I need to extend on this guy as well. If I follow that over there, that'll give me a point. So now I have a point where the two crisscross, after where the two will crisscross. Okay, and that is that part of the road finished off there. Now, the next part B was here you're asked to do a profile view. So it starts at 25. That is the lowest you would need to go. There's no point going any lower. So let this black line here be 25. And every 5 mil after that, we space them out. And we need to go up as far as 65, you can see there. So mark them off there. That'll be 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. And then we'll take down here a series of parallel lines then. And anywhere they cross them, we're going to bring them up. So let this point here be 25. Just bring them up onto the correct line then, that's 30, 35 and so on. I'll keep going here now. just going to bring up that and that as well. And we'll use those later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off here, okay? So this is 20, this one here was on 25. We'll bring it around here. And you can see the next one there is coming over to 30 there where it crossed. So start off here and join them in freehand. I just have to pretend, you'd imagine it's a long way from where there's a line there and there, but we'll just do it lightly. You'd imagine it would rise up slightly from there, okay? Now, we're actually asked, so that's what the profile would look like, okay, if the road wasn't in it. Now, we were asked to put in the road, which is at 40, we know. I'll just do a heavy line there. Now we know this is 1:1, so that would be going up at 45 degrees anyways, but it does hit up here, so we have a point there where it would hit, and we have a point here, follow back there, where it would hit there as well. So you can do that in a bit heavier then. Now that's that part B done. The last part then was, and I'll just bring up the question in front of me. Part B, we're told there, it says on the map P, Q and R are 3 points on the surface of the earth. Vertical boreholes drilled at these points in elevation in the space provided on the map. They reveal the top surface of a stratum of ore at distance of 5, 35 and 10 from P, Q and R. So when it tells you that, you must measure down. So if you were up there drilling downwards, right, you drill down P, after 5 meters you found the top, a part of the top surface of the stratum of ore. From Q, 35, and then R, it says is 10. And we'll join them up there. And we'll join them up in plan as well while we're at it. Now the two things you're asked after that is that to look for the strike and the dip, okay? So a strike is a level line, okay, on the top surface of the stratum of ore, okay, or it's a true length line facing north. Sorry. So how can we go about finding that? Well, the easiest way is just to take a level line across here, right? And we know from doing oblique planes, many other topics, that when you will a line that's parallel to the XY line, then in this view it will be a true length line. So we drop down that. We'll join up that. And that is your strike there, folks. Facing relative to north. Last thing we have to do now is to get the dip. So to get the dip, you always look along the strike line. Project up our points. Just put in the next one, Y1 there. And if we take their heights now, okay, so go over here. I just usually measure off, I'll just call that P1 from where we drill down. I usually just measure off the two widest ones, okay, so if I get the height of this as well. Call that Q1. Well, I don't bother measuring R1 there. So what I do is I just join in the two here, and they must cross that projection line, so that must be R1 there, okay? So that's that question, folks. Hope you found that useful. So keep safe, folks, and keep up the good work. We'll talk to you soon.